Peace, people. Welcome to the latest episode of The Rough Draft. I am your host, Kevin Alberto Savio, and in this episode, I'll be talking about my releases for 2020. It's been about a few days. The dual release happened. The two books dropped on March 13th. And they're out in the public. They're available in both paperback and ebook formats. So if you go to like Amazon, you go to Barnes and Nobles, you go to Books a Millions, both be there. I'm excited. Haven't been able to get online right now to check my sales, but it was on Facebook, so I had an event for that. People on my mailing list, different media outlets, different organizations, people like that. I sent them. I've been keeping them in the loop, so I've been sending out those e-blasts since I'd say December of last year. They're out there, so people know. Um, I'm hoping that they do very well. I mean, I'm excited. Like I put in the work. The dual release went well. Both books are on the marketplace. So I'll be talking a little bit about them. Haven't really been able to check them out too much because there's this thing going on now. It's called COVID-19, or also known as the coronavirus. So a lot of people are stuck indoors. Um, I don't personally have internet access, so I'm not able to go online to track my sales as of now or do any additional promotion. Yeah, I'm kind of in a tight bind right now. And for those people who are part of the Universal Africana Literary Arts Movement, um, I know I had sent out an updated version of the list. If you're watching this and you're a member of the movement, I'm pretty sure most of the events for the remainder of March and April have been canceled. So I probably will not be sending out another SOE list for a little while because one, I don't have internet access, and number two, I know a lot of these events have pretty much been canceled because of the pandemic. So Getting back to the matter at hand, the first book that I released was called Time of Reveal. Now, Time of Reveal, that's science fiction, action, adventure. I guess you could say it's also black speculative fiction, Afrofuturist. If you actually paid attention to, I'd say episode five, I was talking about some of my projects that were formerly screenplays that I converted into novels. Will Reveal also falls into that. Uh, It revolves around two main characters, Captain Osea Kibalan and her mentor, former Major Kush Carthage. Actually, if you bought my short story anthology called Drums Beating, there is a prequel to the actual novel in there. It's called Time of Reveal Autonomy Wars. That's how this book actually starts. So it actually takes place first in the future. So Earth has expanded out into space. She's got space colonies in lunar orbit, on the moon, and in orbit. Earth goes into a devastating civil war against her space colonies. Earth loses, and the colonies basically take over, and they kind of occupy the planet on a peacekeeping mission to kind of bring it back together. Osset is a former veteran of the autonomy wars. So she's working as a peacekeeper now. She's on Earth and she basically hates her job as a peacekeeper. So she ends up going on a mission. The mission goes badly. She returns back to base and she gets into conflict with her so-called superiors. They just outrank her. And so she ends up getting in trouble. She gets locked up for it. While Osset is in jail, she is approached by the new governing body of the planet called the Earth Global Republic. So they approach her with a mission that could actually get her out of jail, commute her sentence, and send her back to space. So pretty much what they state is that Kush actually went on a rampage, murdered a bunch of government officials and soldiers and whatnot, stole a powerful weapon from the government, and basically used it to escape. What Basically what he stole was he didn't really steal anything. Actually, he helped to create a time machine. So They tell Set about the time machine, put her in it, send her into the past to go after him. And so basically, what Kush does is like he goes back to certain points in history and tries to change history because originally that's what the Earth Global Republic wanted to do, and that's why they created the time machine. When Osset finally catches up with Kush, that's when he tells her what it is that was created, that he helped to create it, and then when he tried to stop them, they tried to kill him. So he decided to use their weapon against them. And the story pretty much goes from there. So they go back in time to different periods in pretty much American history. Uh, it's a good story. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just a tidbit of what the story is about. I really encourage you to buy the book and to further read the story and especially the way that the novel ends. I think you'll really like it. Um, and the second book that I released is called Suicide Amy. Now, for those of you who watched, I believe, episode six again, as I was talking about these two books that I was going to release, Suicide Amy is a street lit slash young adult novel. So it's about a young girl who tragically takes her life, and it's witnessed by her best friend. And he's basically seeing a psychiatrist and relaying the trauma that he went through witnessing her take her life. The story takes place in Brooklyn in the early 1990s, actually 93 and 94. And so, again, like I was saying, this kind of falls into what I was talking about in episode five. This was actually originally a screenplay, and then I turned it into a novel. So, I'm very happy about this particular project. I'm glad that it's actually getting released since I wasn't able to shoot it as a movie. Um, it's gritty. It's got some strong language in it. I will admit that, but I think people can identify with it, especially those who've ever contemplated suicide, who've ever attempted suicide, who've ever really been in a really dark place in their life, whether they've suffered through depression or anything like that. So I think that when people get a chance to read the book, which I hope they take this opportunity since they're forcing everybody to stay indoors. Um, that they're going to be able to sample the book and really enjoy it and really like it. And I really hope that they purchase it, download it, buy it, you're saying the whole shebang. So, and again, for those of you who are part of the literary arts movement, um, I know that what we usually do is with the schedule events list, we use that as an opportunity to get the word out about our works. And unfortunately, we're going through a really trying time because we're not able to actually go out to these events, show our faces, interact with potential fans to sample our work. You're saying buy our novels, our comics, you're saying sample our poetry, etc., etc., etc. So everybody keep your head up if you can. Just do what you can to stay safe. Do what you can virtually at least to promote your work. If you're able to reach out to people via social media or you saying email, you're saying or any other way that you can do it, you're saying if you could FaceTime people, Skype, whatever, find ways to get your hustle on. You know what I'm saying? It's a tragedy, but it's an opportunity for some of us. You know what I'm saying? Like people are stuck indoors, they can't really go out and gather. So you know what? Nothing beats curling up with a really really good book or a comic book or poetry or anything else that you create. You know what I'm saying? Viewing art that somebody created. So that's my message to the people of the Universal African Literary Arts Movement, to the greater public. Thank you for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. So hopefully when this makes it on YouTube, you will definitely hopefully leave a comment, share it with your peoples, subscribe to the channel. So thank you very much for tuning into this latest episode of the Rough Draft. I hope to see you soon, and please, people, keep safe. Peace.